Buddy. Oh, excuse me. My old ass has to stretch. I missed the Craven this Mystics MMOs. So I am playing DCUO today because I'm enjoying the content. You know, I'm trying to get to whatever. But I have a true story. I have this little stalker. A stalker. And he, whatever. And then all of a sudden he just, like, this dumb fuck, I've proven wrong so many fucking times. And he just keeps, like, making fake accounts, coming up with shit. He does it on my whatever every day, if he can. And I keep thinking to myself, and I think to myself this, God, man, God, you know, I honestly, why do you care so much about me? Why? Why? First, he claimed that I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. And everything I ever came out with ends up coming out that way in the wash. And then he can't dispute it. And then he wants to, like, talk about other shit. And it's like, dude, honestly, why do you give a fuck? Like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. It's gotten ridiculous. And, you know, you'll get... The thing about it is, it doesn't matter what you do. People... If they want a reason, they will find a reason to fucking stalk your ass. And it's kind of funny to me that, you know, people are that fucking pathetic. I'll tell you what. I'll be honest. I have had multiple girlfriends. I've been in, like, relationship before, you know, me and my wife even separated. So let me give you guys, like, an insight on this whole scenario of what it is. Me and my wife separated for a little while there. When we were younger. I didn't stalk her. I didn't, like, you know, like, was posted up at her door, traveling to all these extents. She wanted a different life at the time. I respected that, right? Respected it. Same thing with anybody. I've never felt like the need to ever really bother anybody for anything. I mean, I really haven't. When I broke up with one girl, when one girl broke up with me, it was cool. I just went around and you know, did my thing. And I feel like when people feel like a necessity to keep making accounts and they don't get it, it's like, dude, why are you harassing? Why are you stalking? You lightweight need mental help, bro. You lightweight need some mental fucking guidance, because why do you give a shit what I say or what I think? Let the players who want to take my advice take it. If they don't, they don't. You know, hey man, if I cover certain content, I cover certain content. If I don't, I don't. That's up to you to decide and what to do. And honestly, it is what it is. I don't give a shit. Might have bit off a little bit more than I could chew there. Yeah, I did. But you know, at the end of the day, you get stalkers, man. That's one thing I hate about this area. It's like you see this and then my targeting's like whatever. But you're going to have play. Ooh, hello. Yeah, that's right. I did do that. Sweet. God, I love the swimming shit.
People of Atlantis owe you for saving their heirlooms.
Thank you.
It's enough to stop wrath.
Thank you, Aqualad. I appreciate it, man. Hold on. Gotta get tops or more up. I hate pulling aggro down in these trenches. I don't think you can swim through these. You have to go up and around. God, this zone is simply fucking amazing. But yeah, at the end of the day, I would always tell people one thing. Do what you want to do, man. Yeah, I mean, but, you know, it's like, I've had respect even for the people that I've hated. Like, for example, me and Gilliam had a couple of, like, whatever. I went to a very, very, very specific place calling them out. We had words. We even talked, and, you know, we hashed things. And as a sign of respect, I removed every post. And that's respect. It's a sign of respect. It's like, I don't want to be right. I just don't want you to think what you're saying all the time is right when it might not be. And That's the thing. Like, pride to me is non-existent. I don't have place for pride. That's something I put away when I was very, very young. And I am a very aggressive person in real life. I know that sounds bad, but I am. I am a very, very aggressive person. Okay, sweet. Excellente. Like I said, I'm just doing the quest, enjoying my time. Speaking of, I do have to queue up for more raids. It is reset day after all. Oh, wrong one. Alright. I'll probably try to get all these in. I don't need anything from this raid, but I wouldn't mind getting a few things done. Okay. I've been finding some briefings and stuff. But yeah, so I have a real life stalker. Like, he's a guy. I don't know what his problem is. He's not very smart. And he has a female friend. Obviously, they haven't, like, you know, taken it any further than that. I'm just crazy. Everything gets nuts, I'm telling you. But yes, I have stalkers. I have a stalker. I get stalkers.
There is nothing more fulfilling than seeing your enemies driven before you and hearing the lamentation of their marine life. Good work.
Good work. Let's see. Ooh, nice. Got my artifacts. That was pretty cool. I liked how they attached the artifacts too to the quest line when you first do them, so you get them all. Even though you know, whatever. Currency. Wrath crowns, 35. These things are pretty expensive, actually. It is like really expensive. 68 just for the chest. $60 for the head. It's very expensive. $34 for the hands. I think I'm going to save up for the legs, though. I think that's where I'm going to go initially. Waist, 26. That's not too bad, actually. Kind of, it's going to keep us busy for a while. Grind. And then all of a sudden, when you're looking towards your enhanced gear, all right. They did such a great job with this DLC. They really did. It's an amazing DLC, to say the least.
The drift keeps taking more prisoners.
Oh, that's why. All right. I'm on my way there. That's where I'm heading. Oh, snap. And they're all heroes. All of them. Bastards. I'm just going to wait here. I'm going to get the credit. Fuck it. There's so many heroes in this game. Son of a bitch. I don't know how I pulled aggro. That was the question. I'm like, what the fuck? This thing just turned around and smashed me. But anyways, yeah. So, true story. I'm just raiding. This dude throws me a Xbox. Just sends me an invite. I'm like spamming the fuck out of me. I joined. At first I didn't recognize. As soon as I was like, oh my god, this motherfucker. And then I'm like, how many times have I proven you wrong? You have it. I'm like, really? You never used the word "bis"? You never said that this never happened? Oh well, you. And I'm like, listen, man, I'm tired. Yeah, I never did none of that. Never did it. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, sure. Believe what you want. I don't give a fuck. He's like, you're huffing and puffing like a 40-year-old man, and you're getting all defensive and stuff. And I'm like, I am a 40-year-old man, and I don't give a fuck who you are. Who are you? Who are you? You're a person that's trying to be a content creator, hasn't even broke 100. He's like, you only got 1,900 subs. And I'm like, and I get thousands of fucking views. It doesn't even matter. I get thousands. I get thousands of views on build videos. If I come out with the build tomorrow, it'll probably see 200 next day. Next fucking week, it'll probably have 1,000. If it's really good, I'll get 10 to 15,000 fucking views. Who fucking gives a shit? You know, I'm like, every fucking major player on all platforms know who I am. Who the fuck are you? Because I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit who I am. Do I give a shit who you are? No, absolutely fucking not. I don't give a shit. And I'm like, you're a clout chaser. I don't give a shit. Nice. And I got my credit. Boom. And we're going back. Alright. Excellent. At least I got my hit. Ugh. Thing. I wonder how much that fucker hit me for. $8,000 goo projectile. Projectile 3. So 3, 8, and almost 3. Holy flip. Thing hurts.
We owe you much, land dweller.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I got to go back there too. So I got to speak with somebody. Trying to avoid the aggro. So wait, someone hurt Hunt You Mystic? Yeah, I mean, it was an Xbox player to boot, which I thought was fucking hilarious, to be honest with you. Because this dweeb, literally, all he does is fucking makes multiple accounts. He makes multiple accounts. Multiple. And then just fucking, and we all have seen him. We've all seen him, like, multiple times. You just don't know it's him because he keeps making fake accounts. Because I have to keep banning the motherfucker. I have to keep banning this dude. It's like, dude, he gets ridiculous. He'll argue even with the viewers. Who's like telling him, dude, that's not right. Mystic's right. Or, no, this is this. And then he'll argue with them. And he'll argue. That's all he does. It's like, dude, what the fuck, bro? Like, wow. Come here, you little fucker. picking up lobsters. They're getting boiled. But yeah, I mean, in so many aspects, I don't typically care, right? Typically, but the fact of it is, it's been getting ridiculous, dude. Really, fucking heroes. You see this? You see the hero? I took that. That hero just was like, fuck you. I'm taking this. It's like, dude, man, seriously? Shit. Alright. So I did my little stupid quests. I think everything but, like, one. I think I got a kill or some shit. I don't know. But, yeah. No, dude is on it. Like, he's, like, crazy stalker. Like, I'm not even talking little stalker. I'm talking, like, holy fuck, dude. Like, you got major fucking issues. Like, he needs help. He needs major fucking, he needs help. I'm like, dude, you need some help, bruh. You need some fucking professional fucking guidance, man. Oh, shit. Alright. There we are. There we be.
Thank you for saving the brine hawks.
Yay!
Since the throne, they are one of our only reliable food sources.
Alright. A weapon? I could use a new weapon on this tune. And I tried BDO. It is okay. Okay, really weird combat. Yeah, it's different, and it's not for everybody. And I think that's the thing. Like, I always reapproach, right, Storm? I always say that there are certain things that are not for players, and I always list the pros and the cons. Like, I love Elder Scrolls. I do. I love it. But I should have never PvP'd in the game. But a lot of people watch me PvP. You know, I get a lot of views when I PvP, when I stream live. If I come out with a build, my builds do fairly well. So, but I should have never done it. Because I knew the issues. And had I not, it wouldn't have been whatever. But now I'm kind of salty because I know the problems in the game, and it's like, and you'll have that, and I feel like I shouldn't have went there. Like, I shouldn't. Like, I know the pros and cons to every game, and like Black Desert's the opposite effect. Like, the PvE is not that good in Black Desert. The crafting is not good in Black Desert. Very intricate design for the life skills and the crafting, but very unsatisfying production. Like, you're never going to craft something that's going to be equivalent to a certain aspect of PV or RNG drop gear. And I feel like that's its weaknesses. There are a shitload of weaknesses in Black Desert, but where it excels at is guild PvP. So it's like PvE is not so good, storylines meh, combat's good, graphics are awesome, and the fucking PvP when you get there is really good. So it's like, there are pros and cons. So I'm always saying that. Like, but what are you trying to do in a game? You know? Because BDO will keep me occupied to when I get, like, I'm trying to figure out which console I want to invest my time in. Because investing that time, it's time consuming. So I'm trying to get some more data, trying to get some things. And like, I really, really want to stress when I'm trying any game out, the pros and the cons. And Elder Scrolls PvE is almost perfected. You know, perfect. You can't, there are minor issues. Really good lore, open land, very diverse. They have the best quest setup, I would say, out of majority of MMOs as competitors, because they're chained and the backstories fit together. Like, they're not like a linear progression quest line, but they chain together. And I really like that. So when I tell people, if you want a PvE game, Elder Scrolls all the way. I would, but is that game for everybody? No, it's not. So some people might not like it, and that's fine. But this dude, he stalks me not even for anything that I do for content. It's like, he just wants to argue with me. He's argued with me about every fucking point in the game, and every time he's shut up, and then he always comes back to this or that, and it's like, dude, seriously, I don't know what your problem is, man. Get the fuck away from me. I block you again. I block you again. He keeps making fake accounts because he keeps getting blocked. And this time I had to actually report him to Microsoft for harassment. And I'm like, dude, this motherfucker is harassing the fuck out of me. Like, I can block anybody. I can block anybody. Like, I can. But how much are you obsessed? I feel like those Hollywood people who, like, you know, people pull up to your house, they find out where you live, they know you're famous, and then they just sit out in front of your house. I feel like it's almost on that kind of weird, scary fucking level. Like, if this dude was from Ohio, he'd probably, like, stalk me at my house. Would I be scared? No, because if I ever seen him, I'd come out and beat the fuck out of him. He better have a gun. He better fucking kill me. So, because I would beat the fucking living shit out of the dude. I wouldn't even call the cops. You're in my home now. You're near my home. I'm protecting my rights as a human being. I'll beat the fuck out of you. Physically harm every bone in your body. Honestly, I like PvE and ESO, but PvP needs some help. Right. And that's all I've ever said. That's all I've ever said. I'm like, the game's PvE is the best. It's the best, in my opinion. That's my favorite game because of it. It's like every class can play every role. Mechanics are well done. Storylines done. The intricate, you know, aspects of all the different things that you can play in PvE is beautiful in Elder Scrolls. The PvP, however, has gone. It's been brushed to the side too many times. And I wish I would. I mean, I PvP'd like 5 hours here and there a week. So every day that I would play Elder Scrolls, I'd finish up with like an hour of PvP. I wasn't like really hardcore. I was good, but you know, I never said I was great. And to this day, I don't think I'm great. I think I'm good. And my people like my builds. People like my PvP builds, and I come out with some cancerous shit. I'm not ashamed to say that. The game allows me to do it, but they nerf my builds accordingly, and they've nerfed multiple builds. But at the end of the day, it's like, why are you hating on me, man? Like, why? Why do people want to hate on me? Like, I don't post toxic shit. I don't post like like exposure videos or anything. Well, I did with Outcast, so I take that back. So I have done some toxic shit. So I do recant that. But in elements, I've done it to you know, educate people, not to be whatever. Because like Outcast is a talented player. He's probably got the best rotate. And I've said this. I've given people credit at the same time I've even dogged them. And that's, I feel like, maybe the difference between me and other players. Can I be toxic? I think everybody can be, to be honest with you. Have I fed negative energy into the community? Probably. But have I ever harassed somebody? Like, have I ever went on Outcast Discord talking shit? No, I've never even been in his Discord channel. I've never been even on ESO Soul. I'm aware of ESO Soul. Never been there. I've heard people talk about me. I didn't give a shit. I've whatever. Most of the time I avoid drama, but some things are unavoidable. So it's like, if I have to make a point, sometimes I have to get my hands dirty. Sometimes. And it's not something I'm quick to jump into. At times when I literally have to do these things, it bothers me doing them. Like me talking the negative aspects about Elder Scrolls, I hate it. To be honest, I hate it. I hate that I get upset with the game. I hate the fact that I have to point out what's broken and what is working and everything else. I hate it. There are things about that I honestly, it bothers me tremendously.
I hope you don't mind. Just one more clue for you to find. If you wish for me not to fall in peril, come to the place they keep quite sterile.
So So you are the one who nerfed Viper? I don't know, man. A lot of people claim that, you know, I've contributed. I don't think I'm the only person that contributed to that. There's a lot. I mean, Cypher was had ran Viper before I did, I think. I don't know what anybody's talking about. She's my fucking teases.
One more clue for you to find. If you wish for me not to fall in peril.
What the fuck? Everybody's just dropping.
Sterile.
Hold on. We're not going to keep anyone without a tank. Jeez, fucking Medusas. Oh my god. I can't believe this bullshit. So I have to leave because they're fucking somebody queued as a tank and was just like sitting there, not even. Oh god, that happens. No, man. At the end of the day, I think Elder Scrolls is a good game. The problem of it is now you're looking at competition around the corner and stiff competition. We're not talking a little light competition like DC here. It doesn't really phase ESO. It really doesn't. It already has its community. People come and go. They make their money. So, you know, they could use more to extend on certain content. But does it phase Elder Scrolls? No. This game doesn't. Now we have a Black Desert around the corner. Will everybody, you know, pack up and leave Elder Scrolls in troves? No. Will it dent Elder Scrolls numbers? Yes. 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 Because, like, Terra, we have Neverwinter. We have Terra. Oh, we'll name off all the top games right now on cross-platforms. Like, MMOs that are on all platforms. PC, consoles. Whether they're cross-platformed or not. So, we have Neverwinter. We have Star Trek Online. We have Terra. We have Elder Scrolls. We have a game called like Oni Girl, which is Asian based. And we have Warframe. And then we have PlanetSide 2. And then we have Elder Scrolls and Black Desert Online. So, kind of scary when you take a look at that lineup, right? Because it's a serious lineup here. Because Neverwinter is a good game. Problem of it is, it has a pay-to-win aspect that just rips the player base. Any player who wants to be at least somewhat competitive, you know, it tears them apart. It really does. DC has some controversial stuff, but once again, it's an established community already with, you know, with its market. It's like, you know, is this pay to win? Debatable. Then you have Oni Girl, which is a very rare game. It gets its crowd. It does get numbers, believe it or not. Star Trek. And then we have also Defiance. Defiance is an MMO also. Defiance is a good game. Problem of it is there's not a lot to do, and if you're going to progress, you know, it's just there's nothing to progress for is the problem with that game. So there are a lot of things. In Elder Scrolls, when you take a look at Elder Scrolls is really good because you have a lot of diversity in progression. So when we take a look at progression, that's the thing. It's like, how do your characters progress? How do they progress when you're playing content? And Elder Scrolls has so much flexibility in its design for any player to progress as they please, whether that be PvE or PvP. That's what makes it appealing, because it has these elements for everybody, right? It has a very, very diverse approach to progression. And then you have Black Desert, which is like, wow, this is pretty fucking cool, but it's so... the progression isn't as diverse. It's not so like... it's like clear cut. It's clear cut. You're going to do this if you're going to progress. Where Elder Scrolls is like, well, you don't have to do that here. So it's like, these are the differences of what attracts people. And when you're taking a look at content and being content providers, right? How does this appeal to your audience? How does whatever game you're playing, attract the player base to check out the game or to watch you as a content creator? No matter what, neither here nor there, I feel like there is something that anybody, like, I might not agree with you. Let's say you're a content creator, whoever you are watching this. Let's say you're a content creator and I don't agree with you. Does that mean there's information, something in your content that might not help another player? I don't believe that. I believe that anybody who's going to try is trying to offer something to another person. And I believe that we all can provide something to each other. That's my belief. So I've never discouraged anybody from being a content creator. Matter of fact, I plug other content creators and I encourage community effort to, work together to better the products that they're covering. And because the more content creators you have that's on any said game, right, is bettering the community, because they're giving different input. They're giving a different perspective. That helps the development team considerably. So I think it's a positive when you have, 1,000 different content creators for a game. That's positive. That's a positive aspect. Why? Because the demand's there. Players are watching it. Tons of players are watching different content creators. And there's nothing bad with that. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm always pushing for. Hey, what can we see what these players are about? Let me check this out. Yeah, that one's all fucked. Find the swarm. Oh shit. I think I found him. Mom. Dude's like, no way. Whoa. I think we found him. I think we found the. Whoa. Hold on. Let's go into combat. Let's see what they do. Okay, it looks like there's a dot damage applied. Yeah, you're gonna need like a team. The damage output just from the dots are considerable. Let's check this out. Spit damage. Spit damage. Double fist. 13. Yo, Stalkers. Yeah, dude, I swear. Like, I'm in a raid and I keep getting blown up. You know how when you're on PC you get Xbox notifications? I'm getting blown up and I'm like, what the fuck is this going on? I'm like, dude is like blowing me up, and he sends me an invite, a voice invite. I'm like, sure, fuck it. And next thing you know, I didn't realize who it was because he keeps making fake accounts. So he's that. It's the same dude who keeps coming on, and I have to ban him like probably like, it used to be every day. Now it's kind of gotten down to once a week. And then I banned him like 3 or 4 times on Xbox. I actually had to report him for harassment now. I'm like, God. So actually when I get on voice chat, he reads one of my poems from my book. I'm like, okay, you're reading one of my poems, you know? Because I write. I wonder if he can read my science fiction book. At least he can read my poetry book. I mean, I'll give it up to that. And then I'm like, okay. And he's like, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, listen, man. Have I proven you wrong? No. I'm like, yeah, no, I have a lot of times. And every time you've argued with my community members who's even told you, dude, you're wrong. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm like, who are you? And he's like, oh. And I'm like, listen, man, he's like, you're huffing and puffing like a 40-year-old man. I'm like, yeah, I am a 40-year-old man. And I'm like, but I'm still proving you wrong to this day. And, you know, he keeps dodging my questions. He keeps reintegrating questions. And I'm like, yes, I have. And he's like, oh, why didn't you? And I'm like, you know what, dude? No, I'll agree with you just to be whatever. I'll agree. No, I haven't done any of that. Yeah, you're right. No, I haven't. And he's like, oh, I'm talking calmly. And I'm like, dude, you're harassing the fuck out of me, man. All you keep doing is harassing me. That's it. And he's a content creator. He's a desperate content creator. He's desperate. He's fucking way desperate. And it's funny because I'm like, why would you stalk me? Why? Why are you stalking me so much? There are thousands of players out there you can debate with, but why do you feel like you need to stalk me? Do your content, and if people like you, you'll get recognition. Like, why does it got to be on whatever? Why? I don't know. Like, I didn't make my name by going after the people that I went after. That's not what I made it for. I made my name for arguing with the players who came to my fucking channel saying, no. And I'm like, yes. And all of a sudden it turned out that way. And that's how I got my recognition. And it was the supporters like you guys that made me continue to keep doing it. So, and pushing, because the more adversity, the more resistance I got, the more fuel it fired for me to prove people, you can do this, you can do that. You know, there is these things going on in the game and in the mechanics. And that's what gave me the fire for the fuel. And then the content creators that was talking shit about me or talking shit in the absolute, yo, hey, Mystic, how's things going besides the stalking? Good, I'm trying to play the content. Dude, like, yeah, dude, this dude is a crazy stalker. Crazy. I banned him, like, probably at least 100 times throughout the last 2 years. 2 years this dude's been following me. He has multiple accounts stalking me. He's like, oh, Mystic Raven. He always puts something in the title. So you always say, he always puts my name and then something. Mystic Raven doesn't know Biss, and then we prove that Biss doesn't exist, and then he changes the title. Oh, Mystic Raven hasn't done this, or, you know, and it's like, which content creator? Fucking, I'm not even naming his name. He's not a content creator. He's a wannabe. He has like 20 subs. So I'm like Eminem right now. I have to give you a career to destroy it. And I'm not gonna name him off. But I'll tell you, it's the dude who always puts Mystic Raven, because his original counts keep getting blocked. And making rage videos on content creators. Yeah. But I've deleted all the ones from Gilliam, you know. But yeah, I had to go there in certain aspects, did I not? And that's what I just was telling Storm. Like, I feel bad because, like, I don't want to think of myself as toxic because I promote content creators, even if I've disagreed with them. But because I believe in that, but I don't want players keep like arguing with me about something that they're getting from these big content creators that's been like, no, yes and no. I got a quick question. So I'm working on another werewolf build. This one is going to be Kavach Gladiator. And that's a new set, Soldiers of Anguish. What do you think? Soldiers of Anguish is good. Here's the problem with Kavach. It's a threshold of 25% when he drops 25%. As a werewolf, you deal so much damage, right? You won't benefit from Kavach. Like, werewolf, like you won't benefit. Like I know what you're saying because of the light attack, right? It deals a shitload of more damage. Just basically like 25% you're dead. But as a werewolf, Kavach is like you'll already have him dead before you see the benefits of the set. Redguard Warden. No, Redguard Warden's good. I like this the Soldiers of Anguish. I just think Kavach is not going to benefit you as much as you would like it to, because you're going to be mauling. It's not until they hit that 25% that it really pays off to have Kavach. So Kavach is like, it's a great set for those moments that you need that extra damage. They're sustaining between 25 and that. But as a werewolf, you're dealing so much ungodly damage. Like, Kavach isn't going to be as beneficial. So that's the thing. Not the one when you were cursing him out. Oh, which one? You got me lost. Not the one where you were cursing him out. Oh, Gilliam? I removed every Gilliam video, though. I don't know if they were talking about that Spartacus, but I actually had a talk with Gilliam. Me and Gilliam had a very in-depth conversation, you know, because there was this whole shit where a bunch of those little fuckers were talking about me. Like, I've never been on ESO Salt. I've never even been on ESO Salt. Why in the fuck is this happening to me? I'm just trying to get my raids done. But I think the Soldiers of Anguish is a really good setup. Scott, to tell you the truth, I'm trying to think. What's your idea for another set? That's what I was just thinking of. I missed out on the first boss. I'm so pissed about it. I don't know, man. I like the bleed set. The AoE bleed set. That set's fucking nasty. Yeah, no. Right, no. I know what you meant when you were thinking of it. It works better in Cyrodiil than in B. Yeah, you would be right about that. Yeah. I could see that being more of a Cyrodiil than a Battleground, right? I kind of agree with that. But the problem of it is like, I mean, a thing would be, who's stalking you? I'm not saying his name. I get plenty of stalkers, but I got a stalker specifically, and he's probably in here being like, he's not worth my time. I'm like Eminem right now. If I say his name, it's like I'm building him a career to destroy it. And it's like, why should I give him a career? Why should I give him recognition? He has content out there. He's on YouTube. And he's tried to Twitch. He's like, I'm a Twitch streamer. But nobody watches him. He's at 20 like subs. Whatever. He has no original content. Like none. Twin Sisters. Yes! That's it. I'm telling you, dude, with that, I think Twin Sisters would be a good set. Be with that Soldier of Anguish. I mean, I'm thinking that how everything stacks, how everything would be applied. So I think Twin Sisters with that setup would be, oh my god. So that's what I'm thinking. But, you know, I mean, it might not be like up your alley. But given the fact, holy shit. It's an idea. I think Kavach is good when but werewolves deal so much damage. It's just like, holy fuck. But you know, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care. I don't care if the dude wants to stalk me. But it's gotten ridiculous. I mean, it's gotten to the point where I'm like, okay. I banned you like 100 times. Now you got me in chat, and literally, like, why me? Why me? Maybe Night Slayer? I'm never impressed with Night Slayer. I always try Night Slayer, and it never works out the way I want it. Let him hate Mystic. You do you. Thank you, Mitch. I appreciate that, man. And that's the thing. That's what I'm always screaming. I'm like, you know, hey, man, why? I've always said, hey, take it or leave it. But don't argue with me about the numbers. That's the only thing I've ever said. If just don't argue with me about the numbers. Because I'm the one that does the math. I'm like, you know, it's funny because all the other content creators will try to do meta, but when I call out nerfs and what's going to happen, why is it coming out the way I say it's going to come out? Why? Is that a coincidence? Am I psychic? Am I telling Zoss, hey, you know, you need to do this and fuck your other content creators? No, man, no. Absolutely not. And that's my thing. You know, that was my whole deal. Like, I'm not psychic. I know what's going on in the product, you know? I know when something's bugged. This same dude was arguing with me, telling me that shields weren't broke. He actually was like, shields aren't broke. And I'm like, yeah, dude, they are. They fucking are. They have been. And like, you're saying they're not? And then one of the top sorks on the PS4 comes in and shows it with me on my stream. I'm like, dude, why would you argue with me? Why? Now you look stupid. And then in the thing, he's like, I don't PvP. And I'm like, so you argued with me about shields, and now you say you don't PvP. Like, what the fuck, dude? Really? Make up your mind, man. And I don't know why he's stalking me. That's the problem. I'm like, why? Why are you fucking on my ball sack? Well, you don't cover this content now. I'm like, why should I? There's other people out there that does it. I do me. Like, you know, I provide the alternative builds that nobody wanted to believe in. Remember? I'm like, that's what I did. I streamed dungeons before most of them wanted to. And pugs. Savage Werewolf set in Twin Sisters is a good combo. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I'm thinking. Like, that's what I'm thinking, Spartacus. Like, I'm thinking on that level, like with the Soldier of Anguish and how everything will be applied. You'll lose a little bit on some healing, but to be honest with you, as much sustain as you have, I think it's going to be good. Like how it sets up. I might be wrong, but given the fact that the bleeds and you're using Twin, and then you're getting the proc from Soldier of Anguish, holy fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty solid setup. That's my opinion. I like the idea, but I just think Kavach you won't benefit from in Battlegrounds, but like you said in Cyrodiil, yeah, I could see that. I could see that since you said it like that. Like, especially, you know, if you're kiting around and you get those open moments and they're right at the threshold as they're trying to get away, and the proc kicks, right, along with the bleed and the bleed damage from your claws, go ahead and hit in more. Yeah, I could see Kavach being a little bit more, you know, utilized in those scenarios. So I love the idea. I just think you deal so much damage. It's like, how many times are you going to actually see the benefit of it? Because you're just going to smoke everybody. And for you. But honestly, like I said, I've been doing a lot of gaming, and I don't want everybody to agree with me. Believe it or not. I don't care, you know. It's like I'm trying to do things that I like, and I want to approach something that players may or may not like or agree with. That's just that simple. Nothing more than that. So it's like there are pros and cons in life, and you have to be, you know what, somewhat open-minded to see what's going on and why the pros and cons to anything. Like Elder Scrolls, I still remember I'll never forget the first time I talked about diminishing returns. There were a handful of players that said yes, absolutely, subscribe. And it was just a handful of players, right? A handful who knew, who were old school, and it was like, abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And I was fighting against thousands of players telling me I was full of shit. I'm a big fan of Kavach with Bone Pirates or Hulking for Cyrodiil PvP on a werewolf, but I like Kavach in certain scenarios. I feel Kavach is good when you need that clutch, since the update works really well. Which one? Kavach or... Get it to him. Mystic, do you think Hulking Draugr and Shacklebreaker with Bloodspawn stammed in good? Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Hell yeah. You go heavy Shackle, go Hulking Draugr Jewelry, and shit, yeah. But make sure it's just heavy. Because that's a lot of sustain, that's a lot of resistance. The only thing you'll have to worry about is penetration. I would recommend Sharpen over Nirnhorn in that scenario. Boy, our DPS. Great, our healer's controlled. That's a bad sign. With Kvatri, either Hulking Drog or Bone Pirate. Bone Pirate would be good. However, it depends on the werewolf type, right? I think he would go Berserker, wouldn't you, Scott? Kvatch is... I like the idea of Kvatch and Cyrodiil. Especially if you're taking on multiples. That would be really good. Like, I could see that. I don't think it'd be strong for battleground play. But... I'm going medium shackle. I don't like heavy. Yeah, but you have so much sustain. Like, your survivability on top of Bone Pirate. I mean, I know you want the damage modifier. I would try both, is what I would say, Storm. I mean, I'm with you. I like medium as well. So, I'm not, like, saying, you know, medium won't work. It'll depend on your mobility. But I think it would be, that setup is solid no matter what. If you go medium, you're just going to have to, you know when to jump in. Hood, what's up, brother? Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope you're doing well.
You did pretty well there in the end.
Hope you've been doing good, Hood. Yeah, I mean, and I think, like, at the end of the day, and this is what I keep trying to tell people, I want to be a promoter of the small man. You know, the people who are trying to, you know, do something positive for the community. You know, I'm a big promoter on content creators, and especially upcoming and people trying it out. Because why shouldn't I be, you know? Why shouldn't I try to, you know, promote players trying to do something good for the community and trying to, you know, and I just like the idea of people, you know, getting out of their shell and trying something different. Heavy all day. Oh, really? I like heavy. I like heavy in certain scenarios, but I'm with Storm. I don't like to go heavy because I love mobility of medium. So I would try the heavy, Storm, just because you'll have more pocket play. But if you don't like it, you know, I would say go medium and, you know, try it out. If medium's not working for you, just switch to heavy. I think your combo is solid. So I like the idea behind it because you got a lot of defensive capability. You have the proc, you know, and at the end of the day, that's what you're trying to do. You know, you're trying to be able to hold ground. And I love the idea of your build, you know, Storm. I love the idea of Hulking Draugr, Shackle Breaker. Hulking Draugr has so many flex spots going on for it. You know, increased damage, increased healing. Such a very solid set. It's so solid. It's a solid set all the way around. And Shackle, and you add the resources with Max. Nice. Really, really nice. But yeah, I just want to give everybody my heads up about my secret stalker. Oh, you see, I'm like, holy fuck. This dude is on my ball sack. I'm like, holy fuck. I was half tempted to ask him what my dick tastes like. Holy shit. But I didn't think he maybe would get offended by it. I'm like, holy shit, man. Get off my nuts, please. Please, for God's sakes. I mean, I've said shit. I don't care if people talk shit. I don't know how many videos out there of people talking shit about me. Tons of people. Even people I know personally. Yeah. You know, people I know personally, you know, on PlayStation and shit, make videos talking shit about me. And do I care? Nah, not really. I don't. They're like, yeah, well, you know, I just had it. No, it's all good, brother. Don't worry about it. You know, it's like, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Little drama's fine. Little drama's fine. It's all good. But, I mean, stalking, it's like, holy fuck. Dude, man, I think you need psychology, man. You need psychological help. Oh, fuck you. Oh, fuck you. It's like Ken Kniff from Connecticut. You know who this is? This is Ken Kniff from Connecticut, motherfucker. And you're like, yo, shut up. Is this Kay? I'm gonna. Yeah. It's like, dude, this dude's a real giant Ken Kniff from Connecticut. I'm like, yo, man, this is fucking scary ass shit. I'm gonna lick your ass, Eminem. Heavy, you got no damage. I might try. Dude, I literally, Storm, listen. I think with the hulking Draugr, right, you'll be fine with the damage. You're going to have a lot of resistance, and your pocket play is going to be fucking off the roof, man. I'm predicting it. Like, because you're going to use that blood spawn, it's going to proc. Because the nice thing about blood spawn, you want to be in there, right? That's putting your dominance in there to account, rely on your abilities. So adding a heavy shackle with hulking Draugr as your jewelry and weapons, literally, dude, I don't think too many people are going to stand toe to toe with you for very long. That's my prediction. But hey. Because you got sustain. You're a heavy sustain build. And you're going to be doing not top and medium damage, but enough where nobody's going to want to go toe-to-toe with you, is what I'm saying. Like, I feel that's the thing with that type of build. It's like you're literally saying, hey, man, you are not fucking going head-to-head with this. If you do, you better be bringing heat. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, I love the idea of hulking Draugr and shackle. And like running a heavy shackle for the sustain and then blood spawn. As soon as you said blood spawn, I'm thinking, yeah, go heavy, man, because you're pocketed. You're pocketed. Like you're in there. You're fucking, yeah. And on top of it, you got a very, 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 very nice amount of healing. So even as a Stam Warden, so there's a lot there. You have a burst heal and you have a hot. You're not going to be, and you got to think, man, on your primary bar, if you put the wings on the primary and you get that buff up for the berserk, yeah, dude, yeah, that's no joke. That's like no joke. I mean, I think you'll be scary as fuck. The CC's a whole different thing, but raw damage, you're going to deal a nice amount of damage, and you're going to be able to be up in people's shit. But I'd say try both. Try both. If you want to go medium, and if you prefer the medium, cool. But if you notice that you want to, it's all going to be about that timing. Am I gonna apply the pressure prior to the charge or rushing in? Troll King might be better for medium armor, so you can fight in the pocket better. That's a very good point, Spartacus. That's actually a great point. Because if you're going to go medium, Troll King would do that for you, man. Because as soon as you pop your heal, you get that health regen. Your resistance is going to be a little, whatever, versus the blood spawn proc. But Troll King will keep you pocketed more on top of your heals. So I like that. Yeah, with Shackle and Hulking for medium. Yeah. No, I like that idea, Spartacus. Good call, brother. No, I like that. Like, if you're going to go medium, I agree with that. I think Troll King will give you a little bit more pocket play on medium. But if you're going blood spawn, go heavy, man. Go heavy. I'm telling you, man. I'm just saying. I see a more pocket pressure play where people ain't going to like stay toe to toe with you long, and you're going to have a sustain, a max sustain, and that's pretty fucking good. Shit. I mean, most people won't see it coming either. Most people be like, what the fuck was that? Because people avoid Warden line of sight, right? And that's the problem with Warden. Because once they see the wings, if I see wings, I stay out of the Warden's front side. That's the whole thing. I'm like, fuck that, man. I'm not getting close to that motherfucker. He's going to fucking, like, try to, like, chain everybody together, hit a shock, and then fucking just come in with, the finishers and shit. That's what he's going to try to do. So I'm going to just like, fuck you, man. Stay the fuck away and range his ass. Put the pressure on him up front from the rear. And then when he gets close, you know what I'm saying? Roll through him. You don't want to get in that line in front of him. Does Blood Spawn stack with Ice Fortress? Oh, let me look that up. Should. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. When you take damage, you get the physical and spell resistance, and it's not indicating a major. An Ice Fortress, I want to say, should proc. I want to say it does. Should stack. Yeah, because it's minor protection. You get the protection. Yeah, it stacks. Yeah, it stacks. Yep, I just had to make sure. But yeah, it stacks. Because Bloodspawn doesn't give a major or minor. It's a flat value that's not unassociated with a major or minor buff. Which is weird. Because everything else has been changed, right? That applies a resistance or, you know, a modifier in somewhat perspective. So it's kind of weird that it does that, you know. But yeah, no, it stacks. Yeah. So that's a good call. But I honestly think Ice Fortress is one of those things you got to make sure you can bar it. That's the hard part with Warden. I feel like Warden has so many utilities. You have to make hard calls. Like, so what he's saying, and I already know where you're going, Spartacus. Stay the medium, slot the Ice Fortress, get the protection buff, and then run Bloodspawn. And that'll give you a resistance while you're maintaining damage output, which is great. It's a good, I think. With the new patch, you don't have to activate the wings to get the Minor Berserk. Right. And with the combo, you won't have to run Netch. That's not a bad combo, Storm. Right. So that's what you're saying, right. But the thing about it is, do you want to keep your Vigor and your Burst Heal, your Spores? Because let's say he goes 2H. I don't know if you're going Sword and Board, dual wield, bow, I don't know. But let's say you do 2H. You know most likely you're going to go Forward Momentum. More than likely. Right. You know, and you're not going to use Rally. You're going Forward Momentum. So you can play up close without, you know, getting bogged down. So you use Forward Momentum. Well, now you got to have a lot of sustained heals on top. Vigor's good for your hot. Well, now you're going to be forced to use Spores, right? So your Spore heals, because you don't, unless you, like you said, now if you were on Bloodspawn, you can use Troll King, you can do without the Spores for the extra upfront damage and have Troll King kind of back you up and then run Ice Fortress. But if you're running Forward Momentum, and let's say like you said, you don't have to have it double barred. You can just run it on primary bar, you know, your wings, because you don't, it can't be activated. It has to be on the bar, on your primary damage bar. And whatever you do, that's the bar that you're going to want to deal with the significant damage. So it's almost like running a buff bar and then running your offensive bar. So it's like buff, in primary bar, you know wings is dedicated. So it's like, okay, do I have ice? Do I have room for Ice Fortress, Forward Momentum, dual wield 2H is the weapon combo, right? So you know you're going to run a Forward Momentum. You know you're going to run your Vigor. So between Forward Momentum, Vigor, the two optional things, because you're going to run Shock, right? You know Shock's coming. You know you're going to have a spammable on the dual wield, whether it be, you know, Spin to Win, or you're going to run Birds, or whatever, or even D-Swing. You got to say, okay, wait a minute. Am I going to have enough spots for Spores and Fortress? Ice Fortress. That's a hard call. I like the idea of what Spartacus is saying, because it's like you can either go this direction and stay medium and go Ice Fortress. Perfect. I like it. And then, or like he said, Troll King. And then you don't need the Spores maybe. But that's the hardest part, is like, what monster set are you going to use and what are you going to sacrifice for the bar spot? So I agree with Spartacus on this. Troll King, good. Pocket. Don't do spores. Blood Spawn, spores, no Ice Fortress. Depending on bar spots. If you can squeeze both of them in on the medium, then it's a win-win. But you're not going to give up forward momentum. And you're not going to give up wing on the primary bar because of the Berserk. So, because that's the damage thing. That's why I thought like the heavy shackle would be good, because given the fact that you're running the wings and you're getting the damage modifier for the pets, like if you're running bear, let's say you abandon, you go ahead and you say fuck a CC, I want raw damage. You could go heavy, you can run bear, right? That's what A-Bomb does on his mag version. He's like, fuck the CCs. He goes fucking bear. He just pushes out raw fucking damage. Troll King possibly. I love it on Stamplar. Yeah, and I love that Spartacus brought that up, because that is a solid call. He's right. Like, that is a solid call. Like, I love it. I love the idea. See, that's why I like you guys, man. I love it because we all discuss these things, like how things can play out, and you know what you're trying to accomplish with the build personally. Like Scott build, I like the idea of Cyrodiil building with Kavach, but in Battlegrounds, I would say it's overkill. Like, you won't see the benefits because werewolves just deal so much damage. But then when he said Cyrodiil, I'm like, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Kavach would have a lot more dominance in Cyrodiil. I agree. You know, especially with the bleed. I knew what he was doing. Soldier of Anguish proc, you know, Kavach, bleed, proc, they run, they die. Dead. Even if they get away, are they going to be able to out-heal the dot? If they don't have a cleanse, well, fuck. You know? So I love the ideas that we all talk about and we all discuss, because that's kind of important, right? That's kind of the most important thing. At the end of the day, that's what this is. This is what this channel's always been about for me, regardless of what game I'm playing or what other game other people are playing. It's about like conversating and trying to come up with things as a community and bounce off of each other. You know, bounce ideas off of each other. You know, and try things and say, hey, you know what? I have this idea. What do you think? And I'm like, yeah, I kind of like that. What about this? Because that's what we did. You know, me, Gooch, Duck, and all of us. We talk shop. That's all we did, and then we test things. We go right to straight for like, okay, we have an idea, we're going to put it together, we're going to test, and sometimes the test didn't turn out as good as what the ideal was, and you have that, but you know, it's trial and error every day. But you know, and I feel like, I don't know, like I said, I feel that I have contributed some of the negative aspects to the community. I'm not dismissing that. But at the same time, you know, to what extent did I have to go to that? Why did I have to go to that extent? Vines could work as a burst heal. Vines is really powerful. Vines is no joke, probably one of the most underrated Warden abilities. The only thing I don't like about Vines is the cost associated. And Valken scoring on a werewolf is lovely. Let them run. Yeah, right. Vines is very underestimated, even applied to the Stam version. But the cost associated for stamina players is so taxing. That's what sucks. That's what, like, spores. I always go with spores because of the taxing cost to vines. I love vines. I love it because it's almost like a cushion on top of the heal. Like it's like a nice flex spot. The problem of it is the cost association is so fucking taxing on stand players, and it's almost grueling to when you need it and you're begging for mag at that moment. So you know, it's just like, you know, what can you do? Can you get it all? But I feel like it's much like, it's one of those things that, you know, I don't think that should be reduced because of the way mag plays for Warden. So, and that's my opinion. But hey, whatever. But anyways, man, yeah, I'm going to have to let you guys go. But I just wanted to jump on here and be like, true story, man. I'm like, I'm getting stalked. Like, I've been stalked for 2 years. Not 1, 2. It's like, why is this dude still stalking me? Like, he hasn't even got it. It's like, dude, all you have to do, if I'm so insignificant, and he was like, you only have 1900 subs. I'm like, okay, this is my thought process. If I'm so insignificant, why do you care? Why do you care so much if I'm not like outcast? And I mentioned that. I said it's funny because you guys were talking about Maelstrom, but remember the whole debate between Maelstrom and VMA bows? And I was bringing up Maelstrom, and then there was a known content creator that switched to, I don't know, the Master Bow, because they kept saying, Vet Maelstrom Bow is BIS and still doing that shit. And I was showing the applied effects across the board to single target rotation. You guys all remember that. I know you guys did. And all of a sudden, he's like, the Maelstrom bow is still like the top. And I'm like, really? Then why is this content creator, that content creator? Oh, so it's a law now? And I'm like, no, I'm just saying, dude, you guys were under the perception this is the only way. And I pointed it out. Oh, no, it's not. And all of a sudden, he hates it. Oh, and Scott, the bug now with werewolf resistant works as intended. Nice. Yeah, that's something that did need fixed. I think werewolves are still way OP. I literally was in BG's yesterday, got hit twice by with full health twice, and I died by a werewolf twice. Got hit 2 times, dead. I'm like, oh my god. You know, then and that's it. These are the little things that's added up for me. It's these little things. It's the little things. I'm like, when have I ever been able to 2-shot somebody? When? I've come out with cancer upon cancer builds. And my werewolf build is cancer. I'm not going to lie. My werewolf build is fucking cancer as fuck. But, to be honest with you, like, you take a look at Fang Rush, he dealt over 2 million damage. 2 million. No other class, no other build has done that much damage in a battleground. That's fact. That's a fucking fact. That's fact. And I was like, this is why. This is why I'm trying other products and I'm trying other things. It's not that I hate Elder Scrolls. I don't. I love Elder Scrolls. I love you guys. I love you guys every day. You guys, you don't even know how much I love you guys. Like, you guys are everything that, regardless of what I'm playing, what I'm ever doing in this world, you guys were my inspiration. You guys have held me in there. And I hope to one day go back to Elder Scrolls. I just don't want to play with the gimmicks. I don't want to play with the trash. I want PvP to mean something, and I want performance to be where it's at. The PvPers deserve it. I'm not even trashing one thing in PvE in the game. Not one. I'm not trashing the lore. I can't. I'm not trashing the graphics. Who would? I'm not trashing the concept because it's the most beautiful concept in an MMO that could ever exist. Any class can play any role. I mean, I'm not drawing the crafting because the crafting is the best in all MMOs where crafted can be endgame viable. There is nothing in PvE I could ever trash in Elder Scrolls Online. But when it came to the PvP, I know that the game has flaws upon flaws upon flaws, and performance is one of them. And I'm just like, I wish I would have never done it. And it makes me sad. It makes me so sad that my end game led me to a direction of PvP. And as much fun as I can have, at the same time, you know, it is what it is. But no game's perfect. No game is perfect. There is not one product that is better than Elder Scrolls. in any way possible when it comes to comparison. Every game has it. Josh just fixed the lag in PvP. I'm thinking of streaming again. You mean they did, or if you're saying if they would? Yeah, if they would, there's still lag. Like I was on PC the other day and it's terrible. I 3-shot people on my Stamplar while not in Werewolf. I have 6.7k weapon damage. See? Yeah, that's quite a bit. Well, and El Lobo left because of that. El Lobo, I love El Lobo. I love El Lobo. El Lobo on one of his last Elder Scrolls videos said this is not even fun anymore. He's like, there's no challenge. Some of these builds should not be possible. He's like, it's gotten ridiculous. And then you add to the broken aspects, and that's why you see add performance with broken bullshit, and that's the state of Elder Scrolls right now. You know, block break, bar swap. You know, PvE, perfect. Every day. The game's perfect in PvE. Every day. If somebody was looking for an... Oh, my daughter likes certain games. I'm like, play Elder Scrolls. I even told her that. I said, play Elder Scrolls. She's like, I don't like grouping up people. I'm like, that's the beauty of Elder Scrolls. You don't have to. You like Skyrim, yes, but it's not Skyrim. I'm like, but it's the lore. You can still do everything like you can in any other Elder Scrolls. You can play the entire content solo without dungeons. You don't need to do dungeons. You don't need to do trials. You can play the lore, which you like, and still craft your gear without stepping foot in a dungeon. You never have to PvP. You never have to do a dungeon. You never have to do a trial. And you can enjoy the concept of Elder Scrolls in just a single-player moded game. And I told my daughter that, my oldest. I said, that's the beauty of Elder Scrolls. Most people don't even look at the game like that. And the game has it. And that's why I enjoy it. That's what made me enjoy the game so much. Until I stepped foot in PvP. And then it's like, fuck, lag. Fuck, no bar swap. Fuck, can't break. Fuck. If they fix the lag and nerf snipe, I'll start the PvP stream and get rid of certain sets. Right. That's what we're coming down to. We all know the little issues. And PvP deserves its attention, man. It deserves a healthy balance. And I think Murkmire is the step in that direction. I believe Murkmire is the step in the direction that we need the game to proceed. And hopefully, in the future, somebody can talk sense to the directors to say, hey, we need performance increase. We need this to do it. Because if they did it, who could compete with Elder Scrolls becomes the new question. Not, is Elder Scrolls a good game? Well, Elder Scrolls is a great game. It's great. The question of it is now, who can keep up with the game? Because one of the biggest debates in BDO last night wasn't Elder Scrolls content. The biggest debate in BDO yesterday was, this is a beta? Holy shit. This is performing really fucking good for a beta. Yeah. Because companies take their servers serious. And once you get strong enough, you can solo some dungeons on normal. Right. Right. I told my daughter, but she didn't want to do dungeons. It wasn't like she wanted to just do you know how in Skyrim she did the storyboard quests, you know, all that shit, and did the Thieves Guild stuff. I'm like, they have that. It's all fucking in ESO. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah. She's like, and I don't have to. I'm like, the nice thing is you don't have to do the monthly sub. You can literally just get the game. Get Somerset, you'll get up to Morrowind and whatever. You can even get a gold. If you can find a gold pack, you'll get X amount of DLCs. You can purchase each DLC separate, or you can do a month and then play the content and then drop it. There's a lot of cool things about Elder Scrolls. A lot of cool things. And PvE is beautiful. The lore is beautiful. Everything about it is amazing in that essence. And I really do enjoy the game for what it offers its community. There's still no game that you can craft a PvE set and be endgame worthy. You can't. Only Elder Scrolls does it. That's it. Only Elder Scrolls offers that. Final Fantasy, you can play every role on a character like Elder Scrolls, but the gear separation is different. You still are going to do what? Your crafting's still shit. The crafting in that game's still shit in comparison to the drops. In Elder Scrolls, not so much, man. Elder Scrolls, it's like, hey, I'm using this set. What other set? Oh, yeah, I can use Julianus. Oh, wait, I can, make a Twice-Born Starfor or a Flex Spot set if I need to switch between heals and DPS. Hey, yeah, cool. There's a lot of flexibility in the game that you can still utilize towards endgame. And that's been the beauty of it. That has been the beauty of the game as a whole. So am I ragging on Elder Scrolls? No, but I don't like it when some people want me to be all positive towards it, and it's like the game's not without its problems. The game has problems, but every game does. That's my point. And at this point, it's like, look, I have to follow suit with other content creators. Everybody's taking a break except maybe Outcast and Zai. And, a couple people here and there. But pretty much all the content creators are walking away from Elder Scrolls. A lot of them are. Sherman, I think, is still doing a lot of Elder Scrolls stuff. So there are some content creators that's still holding on. But a lot of us are just taking a break. It's not like we're saying, fuck Elder Scrolls. That's not what we're saying. We're saying, hey, we need a break because shit's not getting fixed. Shit's not getting resolved. And there's a lot of us doing it. And it's just like, well, because we're content creators. We do this. I played the game on the average of 6 to 8 hours a day. PC is much more populated than Xbox. What? No. No. That's wrong, Goofy. That's actually wrong. On Elder Scrolls? No. Zoss has already said the numbers on consoles, on each console is double. Is double. The populace on consoles are double to PC. Almost. Zoss has even made that announcement. PC, I love PC a lot better for the add-ons. But performance-wise, PC's no better. I wish it was. I mean, slightly better. Depending on any given Sunday. Graphics are amazing on PC. I'm not going to lie there. But Xbox Elite looks damn good on Elder Scrolls. And PS4 Pro looks damn good with 4K on some of the zones. Yeah, PC has hacks. They're add-ons. They're not hacks. A lot of people don't like PC players because of the add-ons, though. Because there are some cheap-ass add-ons. I'm not going to lie. There are some add-ons that's been like, oh, shit. So, whatever. But, the game's fine. I mean, population-wise, console rules. And I think that's a scary part, too. Because up until recently, Elder Scrolls hasn't had a lot of competition on console. PC, that's a whole different ballgame. You got hundreds, if not thousands, like 1,000 different MMOs. But nothing really, shaking things up. World of Warcraft's king for a reason. But console, Elder Scrolls is king. On console, Elder Scrolls is dominant. Is the dominant. Now, some could argue Final Fantasy 14, but remember, it's cross-platformed. So PS4 and PC players play together. Hell, you had Cody PvP. He left the game. He is Fortnite now, right? Cody. And Cody was no joke. Like, Cody is badass. And that's what I'm trying to say, man. We're all following suit. It's like we're all taking different approaches and different paths. And I think I did start kind of with Cypher. Cypher was like, I appreciate all the support, but Elder Scrolls isn't going to change anytime soon. They're not being competitive enough. They're staying idle. They're keeping it too here's everybody gets a trophy for PvP. And It took us all to, to enjoy the game and its design, but in the end, performance keeps being the issue. It keeps being the reoccurrence for content creators. It's not about the content. The ZeniMax Online Studio comes out with the best content, more and more, every update. Yeah, Sherman is still on. I love his tank builds, right? And I promote those players, and I love Sherman. I love Sherman to death. Me and Sherman get along so good. But even Sherman, has made a couple questionable things, and he's like, I don't know, but he stuck with it, and that's admirable. And I want to go. I want to go back to Elder Scrolls full time. I do, but in its current, the company's not leaving me or other content creators much of a choice. It's like, when are you going to polish your product? You're 4 years out. You're 4 years out, and you're still struggling with some of the things that should have been fixed 2 years ago. When am I not going to see a usual loading screen? When am I going to see me break when I hit a break? When am I going to be able to bar swap when I hit a bar swap? When am I going to see invisible people stop running around killing me? When? When? That's it. That's all. It's not much. But PvE, I tell everybody every day of the week, line up and buy Elder Scrolls. I want to do dungeons, buy Elder Scrolls. I want to do raids and stuff, buy Elder Scrolls. I want a game with good lore, buy Elder Scrolls. I want a game with good graphics, buy Elder Scrolls. I want a game that I can do multiple things, like play tank and healer and never have to switch a different tune, buy Elder Scrolls. I want a PvP, stay the fuck away from Elder Scrolls. There's my advice, in that order. So, take it for what it's worth. I love it. Love the game. But there's a lot of things. But do I PvP on this game? Hardly. Like, I play DC, and I hardly ever PvP. Because I know. I just know. Not to. I know better. I know better. So, yeah. Pretty much. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much. Thank you. I love all of you guys. I love you all. I love every one of you so much. And I hope every one of you guys have a great day. And thank you. Thank you for being my community. And thank you for talking with me. And no matter what I do, if you guys ever have questions about any game, and especially Elder Scrolls, if I can help, I'd love to help. And I love our conversations. We come together as a community. And that's why I do this. It's just that simple. But thank you guys. Thank you. All right, guys. Once again, Mystic Raven, Mystics MMOs. And as always, thank you. And have a nice day.